Alright guys, I'm back with my review of this week's episode of American Horror Story Asylum, Episode 9, The Coat Hanger. Now, this was a really interesting episode, but the bad thing is, no new episodes until January 2nd. So, it kind of sucks we have to wait so long after what they left us off with in this one. But yeah, some really surprising stuff happened here, some very strange things. So it starts off and we see Johnny, who's played by Ben from the first season, and he's talking to a psychiatrist about how he has these impulses, and it started when he found out who his real parents were, and how he found out his father was Dr. Thredson, aka Bloodyface. So this is all taking place in the future. And it cuts back to Briarcliff, and we see Sister Eunice call for Lena Winters. And she tells Lena that she's pregnant by Dr. Thredson. I don't know how the devil didn't know Lena had Dr. Thredson tied up. I guess she did know, but she tells her that she will have this baby, and Lena faints. Sister Jude is in a room. She's restrained, and the head priest tells her that she needs help. And we see all the people, all the Briarcliff staff, talking about Sister Jude, how she killed Frank. She thought Dr. Arden was a Nazi. She thought Sister Jude was possessed by the devil, just making her sound really crazy. So, because she's being blamed for Frank's murder, the head priest tells her that she has to live the rest of her life in Briarcliff. It's where she has to serve her sentence. And she tells him that it's a setup, but of course he doesn't believe her. So Lena sees a rack of clothes and steals a coat hanger. So you kind of see where this is going. Pretty disturbing. And the head priest brings in the Santa Claus killer to visit Sister Jude. And he says, he's acting all innocent. He says, "I forgive you." I'm really glad they brought him back. I know last week's episode I figured he would be gone for good. Well, it looked like Sister Jude killed him. But he survived, and I'm glad he's sticking around because he is a great character. And Ian McShane is doing a great job with the Santa Claus killer. So Lena tells Kit that she should have killed Dr. Thredson. Kit says, "We still need him. I need him to talk, or I'm going to get sent to the electric chair, or worse, because they still haven't told the police that Kit's there." So they come up with a plan, and Lena goes to see Dr. Thredson, and she tells him she's pregnant. Now, we already know, because of Johnny in the future, that Dr. Thredson eventually does get exposed as Bloodyface. And they find out he is Bloodyface, and something happens to Lena Winters and Dr. Thredson. But yeah, because of the future, now we know that eventually it does come out he's Bloodyface. But she tells him that she's pregnant and threatens to kill the baby, but he says he will change. Please don't do that. He starts confessing to the murders, and Kit gets all of this on tape. So, as soon as Kit gets what he needs, Lena says, "You're too late, I already killed it, and I'm going to steal a knife from the kitchen and come back here and kill you too." So Kit hides the tape recorder under a bathtub, and Dr. Arden shows up. He tells Kit that he also saw the aliens, and he wants to bring them back. And he knows that Kit is valuable to the aliens, so he proposes to bring Kit to the brink of death, which will cause the aliens to come back to try to save Kit, and Kit agrees to this. Dr. Arden just wants to see the aliens. He doesn't really care about Kit, but Kit agrees because he thinks it'll give him a chance to see his wife again. So Lena tries to steal a knife. The orderly catches her and just takes the knife. That's it. He actually said, "You don't have it in you to kill someone," and just takes it and sends her to her room like nothing ever happened. The head priest baptizes the Santa Claus killer. However, the Santa Claus killer tries to drown the priest. You can see this coming a mile away. And then it cuts to Lena, who takes the coat hanger, and she has no other weapon, but she does have the coat hanger. She stabs her pillow with it. She thinks it's enough to get the job done to kill Dr. Thredson, and she goes to find him, and he's gone. Sister Eunice shows up, and she says that the baby's still alive, and it's a boy. So of course Lena Winters is in shock over this news, and the fact that Dr. Thredson is now out, so good luck sleeping tonight. Another patient shows up to the psychiatrist's office in the future, and she sees the psychiatrist, and she slowly turns her around, and I was expecting to see her face with all the skin ripped off or something like that, but she's just dead. And then she turns around and sees Johnny, the new bloody face. Sister Jude sees Lena in the leisure room. She apologizes for how she treated her, and she says that she will earn her trust and help her escape to make it up to her. Dr. Arden stops Kit's heart, and the lights start flickering. So he starts following these lights, and eventually he finds a pregnant Grace who's being taken care of by another patient. I don't know where they're going with this. It's pretty out there, but it's been a good season so far, so I'm going to give it a shot here. I'm keeping an open mind. We see the priest. He's been nailed up in the church by the Santa Claus killer, and he's hanging there, and the angel of death shows up. And that's how the episode ended. So it is kind of disappointing. We have to wait until January 2nd for new episodes, but it's really not that long of a wait. And I don't want to give away too much because of the preview, so I'm not going to say anything about that because there are some spoilers in the preview that didn't really make sense to me, why they made some things. The stuff with the priest, why make it look this way with the angel of death, and then some of the stuff in the preview. But anyways, it was a good episode, very interesting, and pretty disturbing with the whole coat hanger stuff. That was pretty intense. But anyways, that's my review of this week's episode of American Horror Story Asylum. Hope you guys liked the video. Leave your thoughts on this week's episode in the comments, and thanks for watching.